we are going to continue working on our design projects, and we are going to work independently in our groups today, but I need you to focus backwards than you had started focusing. Everybody's been working really hard, and that's good, but I think most of you have identified an animal that you want to work with. That's bad. Don't do that. Get rid of that animal. It's not going to happen. I think some people have identified an adaptation, usually clause, that they want to work with, and that's also wrong. Don't do that. Last class, half the groups came in with paper claws on their fingers, and they're like, okay, what animal can we come up with these paper claws? No, that's dead wrong. Don't do it. If you have an animal right now that you have identified, get that animal out of your head. If you have an adaptation, put your hand down. If you have an adaptation in your head, you're like, okay, I wonder what animal has this, and we can build something. No. If you already have your invention, and you're like, I'm going to invent this, and it's going to be great, wipe it away. That is backwards from what we were doing. And I'll come around to each group and talk to you about this. And when I find out your animal, or your invention, or your adaptation that you're focused on, I'm going to tell you to wipe it away and start with this. This sheet is going to guide you to cool inventions. It's going to make your inventions happen easily, Brenna. This sheet is what you have to do. I watched my last class waste a whole class period, Zoe. They would have this animal or invention in their head, and they'd start working on it, and then they'd say, oh, we need to work out our sheet. And they'd start trying to fill in answers to fit their invention that they already had, and it was terrible. Not only did it not help them, it wasted their time. So I'm going to show you one more time. We talked about these a little bit on Friday, but I need to show you, Kyler, how this sheet works. Each blank or each question guides you, and you need to make sure that you answer the question that's written. You can't answer some other question that you wish that it asked you. Zach, you have to ask this one. If you hear me saying your name over and over, it's because I feel like you're not listening. So that name is my way of calling you back. It says, what is your environment or your ecosystem? Just write it down. And there's probably synonyms for what you've chosen. For example, if yours is Arctic, you can write Arctic, but then you can also write polar, wintry, Siberian, South Pole, North Pole. The reason you might want to write all of those is because when you go research on the computer, it's going to give you different search terms that you can search with the word wildlife and find animals that actually live there. After you've written what your environment is, go on to the next question. If someone travels to that area, what challenges will they face? Alicia, you need to picture yourself traveling to that environment and thinking of as many different challenges as you can. Challenges can be crazy things, or tough things like, there's no water, so you're going to dehydrate. But it can also be something goofy like, on the North Pole, there's no Starbucks. On the North Pole, there's no Wi-Fi, so I can watch YouTube videos all day long. It can be goofy challenges. It can be serious challenges. It can be silly, humorous. This is a brainstorm. Everybody sit up. This is a brainstorm. And when you brainstorm, I need you to picture your brain as a wet, soggy sponge that you squeeze real hard, and you rain as much out as you can. When you squeeze a sponge, you just expect to see tons of liquid fall out. That's what I need to happen here. You squeeze your brain, and tons of stuff falls out. This is not graded on good idea, bad idea, good idea, bad idea. Ooh, that was a terrible idea. No. This is getting as much information squeezed out as you can, creatively. When I grade this, I'm not going to say, ooh, that was a bad idea. Now, I might say, the sheet is poorly done, if you don't think about it very much. But I'm not going to look at your answers and say that they're wrong. After you've got challenges, it says, what dangers are there in the Arctic? Let's use this as our example. What dangers are there? Well, we could say a polar bear. We could say a seal. A penguin that's irritating and wants to pick your toe. We could say that there is a blizzard. You could fall through the ice. You could freeze into the ice. You could sit down in the porta potty and freeze yourself to the john. That would be bad. All of those things would be really, really dangerous and could kill you. You can write down funny ones, silly ones. I would like for you to keep it appropriate. But it does need to have as many ideas brainstormed and squeezed out as you can. Because the second half is where you generate your ideas for your inventions. The third one says, how are animals in this environment adapted to deal with these? So Titan, if you haven't done this one and this one very well, you can't answer the third one. You have to have good ideas here to tell me how the animals do it.
Sorry, Mr. Small.
It's all right.
Really? How many days of school have we had?
Cut the